What's going on, guys? Today, well, this is not going to be a micros video. That's why I'm going to delete all this stuff. And I couldn't find my other USB, so I figured I'd get rid of everything on this. So I'm just going to minimize that for now. But today, this is for PlayStation 3, running your CEX-based custom firmware. This is the REBUG 4.82.1 PS3 UPDAT. Basically, we're going to be installing this custom firmware on a CEX-based custom firmware PS3. Now, also in the news, there is the REBUG settings, or not REBUG, the debug settings for your PlayStation 4 running 4.05 firmware. And I just so happen to have a PlayStation 4 that has been sitting here since like the dawn of time. And I'm going to get my hands on some 4.05 OS and install those debug settings and show you guys how to do that. Also showing you how to enable homebrew environment and run PS4 ISOs as well as PS2 ISOs and potentially PS3. But I'm not sure how that's going to go yet, so we'll get there when we get there. But this video right here is for this REBUG 4.82.1. This will be the file I have you download in the description below. Simply, all you're going to do is you're going to open up a USB drive, and on the root of the USB drive, you're going to select New and Folder. This folder is going to be called PS3. Inside that folder, you're going to create another folder called Update, all capital letters. Inside the update folder, this is where we're going to copy the REBUG 4.82. So we're going to copy that custom firmware update file into this folder. So allow that to copy over like so. Alright, and then once this copies over, we're going to rename this file to UPDAT, PS3UPDAT.PUP. So as you can see, that's at the end of the title. So all I'm going to do is just select that and backspace. So it's going to be all capital letters, PS3 UPDAT.PUP. Well, once you've done that, we can exit this, and now we can go to the PS3. Alright, so here we are at the PS3 screen, and I have my fancy USB drive, and again, I am not doing this with a screen capture card because I just tried to hook it up again before my multi-hub receiver, and it still doesn't fucking work. So I'm going to be sticking with the camera until my Elgato comes in, because I used to have one, and now I don't because it shit the bed. So I'm waiting for my new one to come in. I figured I could try and go the cheap way out, but evidently not. So I'm going to plug my USB here into my PS3. If I can. Apparently I can't. Come on, you dick. Fucking really, bro. There we go. Alright, so plug your USB into your first USB port all the way to the left. This just rule of thumb since the days of old. Now I'm going to boot up my OS. Now, if we come over here and go to System Settings, scroll to System Settings, and scroll all the way down to System Information, here you go. Version 4.80, that's what I'm running. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to go to System Update. Update via Storage Media. Hit Select on that. And it's going to scan, and it's going to find 4.82.1 PS3 UPDAT.PUP. Now you can save the update data on the storage system if you choose so, which will be stored to the root. It will be the x:/PS3/update folder on the root, but we don't need to worry about that. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that to update to. And copying update data to system storage. Do not turn off the system after the copy operation has completed. The system will automatically restart, just as usual. So we're going to let that finish, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here we are finishing up with the copying. Now, rule of thumb as well, I did make a video the other day on updating MultiMan to 4.82, which I highly recommend doing before you update your custom firmware, just so you have a functional MultiMan with your operating OS on your PS3 for your CEX firmware. Checking for update data. press the PS button on your remote, or your controller, and it's gonna check and keep on checking, even though we already know it's there. And it should automatically start to update. So here we go, and now it's installing the custom firmware. So allow that to install like so. Could take a couple minutes, could take 9 minutes, could take 20, you never know, but wait until this progress bar is completely full. Okay, so here we are rebooting after the installation of the firmware. PS3 is going to reboot. Hey, no signal, no shit. I'm going to hit my PS button on my PS3 remote. And we're going to boot up to our REBUG. There it is, REBUG logo. God damn, that screen is bright. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to log in here. And as you can see, we come back to the XMB as usual. And I'm going to scroll back over to my system settings and scroll down to the bottom here to system information. And there it is, version 4.8.2. Bada boom. So, now that we have done that, like I said in my previous video I made, I updated my MultiMan here to the stealth version of MultiMan as well. Just so I won't have any issues. 4.8.2. There it is, MultiMan 4.8.2. You can refer to my previous video. I'll also have the link to that video in the description below, so you guys can install this with your package manager with the REBUG. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The other thing that I will be going over in my next video will be the COBRA settings that have been natively installed on this custom firmware. So we are able to use the COBRA benefits that are in the backbone of this firmware more or less to run our PS2 and PSP ISOs natively on the XMB. And I will be showing how to do that in the next video. So rate, comment, and subscribe. Again, I'm sorry about the camera without the capture card. I would love to do this on a capture card. It'd be a lot better, but I don't have one at the moment. But yeah, so again, description below will have the download link for this custom firmware, as well as the link to my previous video on how to update MultiMan to 4.8.2. And that's pretty much it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy your custom firmware, and stay tuned for the PS4 videos coming out hopefully next week.